Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. Welcome back to Real Queens Real Talk with a Gentleman's Perspective. Let me pull this off of the screen real quick. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully everybody is having a very blessed and prosperous Sunday. There you go. There we is.
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all. I just got a message real quick. Hold on.
Apple is prime, baby Hayes. What's up?
Hey everybody. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. This is my first time with me going live from not only YouTube, but on my Facebook and my Twitter as well. This is my first time doing that. I've never done it before. So, hey to everybody on the face of the books and the tweeties of the Twitters. What's going on, everybody? Y'all already know who I am. I'm Auntie MoMo.
It's connected to Twitter.
Y'all know who this is right here. Everybody's favorite baby brother, Mizzle. Y'all know who that is down there. That's baby sis. And y'all know who, bam, that crazy fool down there is. And Sir Neale Hurston Bih. No. What's up to everybody that's in the building? Brittany, baby Hayes. I feel terrible, but I'm pushing through. Brittany, God bless you, baby. And I think you at work right now, ain't you, girl? You better tell Amazon they better pay you all your coins and your ducats and your tips because you came into work tonight. Okay, and they better give you your doggone money. Brittany, feel better, boo-boo. Opulence, you know, I had to get a little crust for the gruz, you know. It's giving you Saturday Night Fever realness, okay? Giving you Jackson 5 realness up in this thing, okay? Okay, I want to shake it too much because this shit is hot, okay? And please believe tomorrow it is going up in a goddamn bun. Before we get into everything tonight, what y'all drinking on? I'm ratchet. I'm in a styrofoam cup tonight, drinking on a little bit of Smirnoff Ice.
My regular beer.
I drink my got Seagrams and the mics.
Little sister Sir Neale, all bring it. Yes. Well, cheers to everybody.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got Jack Daniels and Hawaiian Punch, and I got Mary hanging in the back.
Oh. Well, cheers. Happy Sunday night to everybody. All that good stuff. What Brittany say, yeah, I'm in the bathroom, leaving early tonight. I can't do it. You best go home.
Yeah,
that was me last week. I had the 24-hour virus. That shit was horrible.
That ain't
take
good.
Care of yourself first. I don't want to say fuck that job because you need it, but take care of yourself.
It's say the same thing. Fuck that job, but now don't fuck that job because we got bills due.
Yeah.
Opulus says I'm drinking on Shiraz for the light. What is Shiraz? I've never heard of that.
Me either. What is it?
Ooh, no, y'all should get Earl Stevens. That's E40's wine.
Oh yeah, that shit was delicious.
That shit is dope. He got a mango Scotto.
I want to try that, and then Snoop Dogg's wine. I heard Snoop Dogg wine was pretty good
Snoop
too.
Dogg got what is it? 99 crimes or some shit like that. I keep seeing it every time I go in, and the only thing that's stopping me is I don't like the design of the bottle. If that makes any sense. I know I'm weird.
I mean, to each his own.
Yeah, it's just Merlot. It's not like E40's wine. It's just a basic Merlot. Snoop Dogg's. It's just
I didn't know that.
Yeah, his is just a Merlot. E40, he got different varieties.
Yeah.
I'm a wino, and I am down to try them all. Okay,
get the mango Scotto to start with. That was really delicious. My husband drank the rest of the bottle last night, so I'm kind of upset about that.
As long as it's wine, I'm there. I'm with it. I'm trying to get all up in it. Okay. What topics we got going on for tonight, y'all? A couple of things that we're gonna get into. A quick rundown. Cynthia, come get your man, bruh. He out here sending dick pics to the people. Supposedly, we're gonna get into that. Caitlyn Jenner says OJ did it, which we already knew that, but we're gonna talk about that real quick. NFL player Henry Ruggs III was involved in a fatal car crash. It was all his fault, and I don't feel bad for him. Y'all forgive me. We're going to get into that. The judge rules in Vanessa Bryant's favor. She does not have to undergo a psychic eval, and also family members from the plane crash got ruled a settlement for photos being leaked. We'll talk about that. The LGBTQ community rolling out forgives the baby, and he going on tour with them, but they don't forgive Dave Chappelle. I'd like to know who is the runner, who is the CEO of the LGBTQ community that made this rule. We're gonna talk about that. Joe Budden comes out as bi. Mizzle ain't falling for it. Mizzle said he's trolling. We're gonna get into that. And last, we're gonna talk about this horrible AstroWorld concert that happened right here in Houston. I'm in Austin, about 3 hours away from me. Thank God I wasn't nowhere near. But we're gonna talk about the AstroWorld concert that was hosted by Travis Scott, where some people lost their lives at a damn concert, y'all. So sad, so sad, so sad. But first, before we get into everything, mental health check-in. How's everybody doing mentally? Other than that, everybody's doing okay. How was everybody's week? Everybody doing okay? Sir Neale, you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I had a good friend passed away, and it was a shockwave because I got like a super small circle of friends. But we came together, we handled it, and we had a memorial today. So you know, we handled bereavement appropriately.
Okay. Well, that's good. I didn't want to put no spotlight on it, but I did want everybody to send some prayers up for you and keep you in their thoughts.
No, send your prayers up to her family mostly. You know,
AJW.
Well, yes, prayers up to the family and all the rest of your friends and all that, because it's hard losing, especially like you said, when you have a close knit circle of friends, and to lose one, that's a major thing. It's not like it's just somebody that's from around the way. You know what I'm saying? So yes, prayers going out to you. Rest in peace to your friend. Yes, y'all. Send Sir Neale some love. Hugs and kisses to baby bro, y'all. Let's see. The first thing that we're going to get into tonight, y'all, we're going to get into Cynthia and Mike Hill, okay? Let me share this screen with you guys. Come on, here we go. No, there we go. Okay. Shout out to Try Me Not Today. They were the ones that got a screenshot of the receipts before this woman actually deleted her page. Now, if y'all don't know who Mike Hill is, he is the husband of Cynthia Bailey from the Housewives, right? Now, it was this lady that came out via Twitter showing receipts that Mike Hill was communicating with her via Snapchat, and he was actually sending her dick pics, right? Now, since then, Mike Hill and Cynthia have come out basically threatening to take legal action against this woman and the rumors that she's spreading. But this is the thing about it. Do y'all remember that episode of The Real Housewives when Mike Hill was on it, when he said, had Cynthia found him, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that, you know, he would have been a different person, this, that, and the other. That's something that always sort of stuck with me. So when this thing right here came out, I was like, okay, well, he said he was a hoe, somewhat, not in so many words, but he did say that. But this is a couple of the receipts that old girl had. Her name was A-List Premium, and shout out to you, Mizzle. Mizzle was the one that told me that her page is shut. It's completely gone on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shout out to Mizzle, because Mizzle was the one that told me that her shit was completely gone. But these were a couple of tweets that she put out. She said, okay, let's just say this for starters. He has sent me nudes. I have videos. And it's not massive, but it's pretty. The nudes I'll post some snippets of later, but it'll cost you. That kind of made me think, okay, but she must be on some old clout chasing ass shit. Why else would you say you got to pay me for something? Is it going to play? Play now. Let me see if this plays. Here it goes. Now, she got his real ass Snapchat. Now, even if that wasn't his dick pic, she was talking to this man via his Snapchat. So he was guilty of something. And there go the dick pic. Of course, we got to blur it out.
No, I need to see the evidence.
That's what I'm saying. It's no fun if you can't really see it. What's the point in sharing? That doesn't count, by the way. But what's the point in sharing if you can't really see the goods?
Fan mail. Now I'm gonna leave the link to this so y'all can.
Me 3 years ago. It was a different life. 2 years ago was kind of finding himself, right? In the process. But when I started writing the book and I got all that stuff off my chest, I realized some of the things I've done in the past has led to me doing some of the things I'm doing presently to women. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it's important for me to, because I do have daughters, to reveal some of these things. And I've already told them, I've been open about.
We're gonna leave that at that. I'm gonna start with you, Mizzle. What's your thoughts on it? Do you think that was really his dick pic?
No.
I got a question. What state are they in? Because I don't watch any of the Real Housewives. So
she is on the Housewives of Atlanta.
All right. I'm gonna do some research right quick. All right.
No. Why don't you think that's his?
I don't think so, because people jumped on it real quickly because of his past and what it is. Yeah, he said he married Cynthia now and everything. People could change. Just because you have a past, do you always want to be reminded of your past all the time? No. She married herself like that, so she's good. And then she said herself that it's not his, it's like that. First of all, if you're going to show me a pitch, and I said it in my life, if you're going to show me a pitch, you need to really show me evidence of that's him. You can't show me no crotch leg and say that's two little crotch leg, and then you're going to show a blurred out D pic to make it seem like, oh, that's him. No, I don't care if that's his Snapchat and everything. I don't think that's his Snapchat, because anybody could use a Snap page and propose as a celebrity. So it's easy if we get another dick picture somewhere and screenshot it and send it as that person. Anybody could do it now. We all could do it right now. We could go online, find some picture, or go on social chat, have somebody send your D picture, screenshot that thing, and if unless it's match the body type, we could put it up there like that. And I don't believe it. And then you go quickly delete the page. Remember when she posted that up, she didn't keep it on. She deleted it quickly. So, and then you want people to say, that's what I'm saying, does Snap, because I haven't been on Snapchat for a while. Don't people who are legit, I don't know. I know Twitter gets a blue mark. Instagram also the same thing as well. Do Snapchat do the same thing?
For Snapchat, you have to have a certain number of followers and content in order to get the blue check mark, along with Facebook and Instagram, and
so
even TikTok.
Thing, right? So it was no blue check next to his name. So it could be anybody who's going to be a fan of Mike Hill posing as that. And just because he has a past, people will say, oh, that's automatically him. We don't know he's cheating on Cynthia right now. And I think Cynthia is not the type of lady who will stick with somebody like that just to stick with someone and leave him. Like, she could get another man in 2.5 seconds. She ain't that desperate to stay with him. True. So, and then she said it's not him. And then if you bad and bold, why not keep your page? You delete that thing real quick. That page is gone. It is gone. So, what was your point? You could have brought this up during the season. You brought this after they left. What was the point? So you can convince me, and I got to ask everyone else in my panel. If someone send you a picture, what convince you that that's him? It can't just be a crotch leg and there's a random D picture and it said, okay, no, show me a body picture. Like, it would have been believable if she had a whole body picture of him with his thing, all that stuff.
But this is the thing, though. You know what your man's D look like. How do we know Cynthia don't know that that's his?
That's what I say. She said it's not there. They said it's not there. So it's like,
but she could just be saying that though.
No, she don't think.
She could just be saying that though.
I ain't gonna be not for no freaking known cheater. That's what I'm not gonna be sitting here doing that for no marriage. I am not gonna be staying here and lie for a known cheater. No, I don't think I would lie. If it is him, it's like that. No. And then that's the case. That girl, whoever she is, she just stand in it. Don't delete your page after the words. And after you throw it, and then you want people to, oh, they're gonna get a certain amount of likes. Then I can drop this video. Then I pay for this content. People who does that they doing too much for money. It's like that. Because you stand in it, you could have got why stick with Mike Hill and nobody else? Like, who was him? You could have did. I would have been like, you could have did Ryan for Black Hat Ink for Chicago. You could have did somebody who's very known on TV right now. You could have did one of the housewife husbands in the freaking thing. You could have did Warren Dixon or something like that, who's currently on TV. They left the show already. So I don't believe that. I don't think his hands are completely clean.
I don't think his hands are completely clean.
I cannot say based on what she gave that it's exactly him. It could be possible that he's cheating, but I can't believe that. You can't convince me, and you gonna blur the picture out. Like, come on now.
Oh, it wasn't blurred out when she had it. No, did you see the unblurred
No, I saw
pictures?
it. It was kind of blurred out. It was blurred out. It wasn't completely.
No, the original pictures. Oh no. The original pictures, you could see it clear as day.
Yeah, but she said it's not him, and it's not there. I don't believe that. Because anybody, like I said, anybody could get a deep picture.
I got to see Mike Hill. If you or somebody repping you, I need you to pull it out. We got to compare. I need you to just go ahead, whip it out. Okay. We need to do a side-by-side comparison.
Anybody can get a deep picture. Anybody can get a deep picture.
Put it out there.
You see what I was doing? I was like,
and show it. So
yeah,
because it's past, people believe it automatically.
I think it's him.
Believe that? I don't think so.
I think it's him.
It's too
I don't
simple.
even know.
It's too easy for her to say, "Oh, it's Mike Hill," and everybody go jump on the bandwagon. So that's crazy. Why you think the page? Why you think the page? Stay on it. Say yes. I got more receipts and more convincing receipts. Because if that was my husband, I said, "No, you can't show me that." No.
And the only other reason why I say his hands aren't dirty, and that might be him. Cynthia's reason for leaving the housewives was in order to save her marriage or to protect her marriage. What are you protecting? I mean, if your marriage is secure, what is leaving the show gonna do?
But it was other reasons. She's been there for 10 years. I mean, after a while, you're gonna leave for reality TV. Protect your marriage and do something else. You're gonna leave. After 10 plus years, come on. I'm not gonna be
Yandy's been on Love and Hip Hop for how long and she ain't left?
Yandy.
Right, Yandy, no, Yandy, no.
Nothing else. That's what I'm saying. Cynthia had other opportunities to do other things besides doing a reality TV show. So
Neale, what are your thoughts on it?
I'm 50-50 on the situation. Because we've seen this scheme before where these internet heifers have been claiming to have slept with said celebrity or even a basic nigga, you know what I'm saying, off of a minuscule conversation or a DM. But we already know that he has tendencies of being loose with his ping. You know what I'm saying?
She could have got with somebody else. Yeah.
And I don't believe that that's the picture of his dick. Okay, sorry. I don't believe, because you can Google a penis and get any picture of any race, of any certain creed. If that was the fact, why did you just taking a picture like that? Why don't you just take the whole thing? I mean, if I'm going to lay with Mike Hill, guess what? If I'm going to film it, we get everything. Okay. I'm not going to be, and that's another thing. And she has no point to her. She's just trying to create mischief, plain and simple. She's not trying to. What the fuck is the whole point of coming out with saying it?
And then then to go back and delete it. That's the only part that I'm like.
There's no point in it. There's completely no point in it. It's just like it's tacky. But like I said in the beginning, we've seen this scheme before. There's so many of these girls that's trying to get clout. The men do it too. They try and get clout of who they sleeping with and what happened in this and that. And just like men said, bitch, how you gonna post it and delete it? How? Post and delete. How? Makes
I
no
could have
sense.
said, did anyone drop that thing in Google Images? That's what I'm saying. We need to see where it's at, girl. Where he get it, girl?
Was she looking for her money that she wasn't paid? What was she looking for? What was she trying to do? We got to actually think about that. And I think she needs to get beat up.
Baby sis, what are your thoughts?
I think it's him. And that's only because I'm on a whole nother level of forget men. I don't like them. I don't need them. I don't want them. Anything and everything they do is wrong and it's bad and it's him and he did it. And may he rot in hell. I hope he stubs his toe on everything and anything. All right. I don't even watch Real Housewives, but I feel like it's him just because of this goofy ass look he got on this picture you got up right now. I think it's him.
I will say this though, if it isn't him, I am definitely willing to go back and apologize and say, my bad. Oops.
No, because if it isn't him this time, it'll be him the next time. So no, you can save your apologies for somebody else who deserves it.
Yeah, she deleted the whole account. The whole Twitter page is gone. It's not just the post. The whole Twitter page is gone. She did the whole page.
I mean, maybe he's not guilty of sleeping with her, but you know, maybe he put his dick in her mouth. Maybe she got fellatio. Maybe they didn't go all the way, but something of an oral nature was exchanged.
But what was the date of that? Because you could
Does it matter?
Yes, it is, because
you
saved that and put that out now after she left the show. Like,
I mean, she could be salty and bitter. It's like, hey, I thought you wanted to enter this castle, but instead,
it won't be any reason for you to present that out now of him. After she already gone. Now she was there for another season. Then that would be something for going on. She's already gone for the season, and then you gonna drop something for Mike Hill? Like Mike Hill? Like really?
I mean, again, she could be petty. I know this. I'm petty. I am petty. If you didn't give me no attention after you didn't hype me up and talked about it, then yeah, I'm gonna make you suffer. I'm gonna make you pay. I don't care if we did anything or didn't do anything. I'm going to insinuate that we did. I don't care if all you did was give me head. Yes, sissy, you know I am petty. And yes, everybody can get this petty spaghetti.
That's the issue. Because then
that's wrong.
Do that to you.
I don't care.
Yep,
I don't care. Petty. Let petty karma get me back. Bitch, I'll be waiting for her. What?
All right. Petty LaBelle, you better have your Reeboks on, because when she come and get you for some shit
I got
like
Pumas
that,
instead.
What? Be ready. We'll get them ready, girl.
She'll be like, right. Gotcha.
Moving on to the next thing, y'all, I wanted to get into really, really quickly. Caitlyn Jenner, y'all. Caitlyn Jenner, for whatever reason, decided to open her mouth and say that Nicole Brown said something to Chris. And I'm just going to play this for you. Hey, Dominique, what's going on, boo?
Hey, Dominique.
I'm going to play this little clip for y'all real quick, and then we're going to get into this topic.
Obviously, he did it, and he got away with it. And at one point, he even told Nicole, I'll kill you and get away with it because I'm O.J. Simpson. And Nicole, you know, relayed that on to Chris at one point. And unfortunately, she was right. We were at the courthouse. We're watching what's going on in the other room. And even after the not guilty verdict, the first thing Chris turns around at me and goes, we should have listened to Nicole. She was right from the beginning.
Listen, I can't take nothing Bruce said. I'm sorry. I can't take nothing Caitlyn said serious just because all I hear is Bruce. That's number one. I can't take anything that Caitlyn says because all I see, all I hear is Bruce. Number one. Number two, we know OJ did it. We know that. You're not telling us nothing that we don't know. We know that. And we know the only reason why he got off is because that was black folks' payback for Rodney King.
And that's not allegedly.
And we know that. We know that. We know for a fact that he got off. Now, another thing that I feel like Caitlyn is doing is just basically, because, you know, he said this, he's in the Big Brother house right now. This is where they're at. Yeah, that's Omarosa, because they're at the Big Brother house right now. I feel like she's just doing this to just stir some shit up. I don't know if maybe she was drinking. I don't know what the point of her even bringing this up and saying this was.
I know what the point is.
We already know that he did it. We know he guilty. We know he did it. And what was the point of Caitlyn bringing it up? Mizzle, what are your thoughts on what Caitlyn had to say about OJ?
That Jeepers Creeper needs to shut up.
Period.
Not Jeepers Creepers. Hold on.
Jeepers Creepers, shut up.
Period.
I'm gonna need you to get off my head, because if you didn't call her Jeepers Creepers, I know I was.
Jeepers Creepers needs to shut up. Because at the end of the day, what was, like I said, what was the point of that now? You had I guess you said this is Big Brother, right?
Yeah.
Big Brother having a conversation about OJ's sister. Who's checking for him now? Who's checking for him? We already know it's already done and over with. He can't go back to trial. You saying it what? Because you think a new legal case gonna come about? Like, stop it. Like, you've been saying the controversial stuff for lately. Like, just like when you said, oh, Texas has the right to pass that law and all that stuff. Jeepers Creepers, I don't got time for you. you just want to be relevant for no
oh, The Walking Dead.
OJ, like, wow, this is years. Now you ready to say something about that? Like, what's this gonna do? You gonna bring new evidence? It's already done. So leave it alone. And I'm done with her. I don't got nothing else to say about her.
Sir Neale?
I'm over here doing my investigation work because you know I've been smoking reefer.
You so stupid.
But listen. Okay, this makes sense because at the time of the OJ case, what's the Jenner? What's her name? The mom of the Kardashians?
Chris.
Chris was married to the attorney,
Robert,
helping OJ. Okay, but there was rumors that she was cheating on her attorney husband with with OJ and the what's her name to be appropriate?
Caitlyn.
Nicole Brown Simpson. Oh
no, the transgender one.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn. Whatever. See, this shit is so confusing. No disrespect to those. Sorry, with Caitlyn Jenner. But at the time, he was a man. She was a man at the time, and it was a rumor that she was sleeping with OJ, him, and her husband. So if those words were transcribed between each other, it may have a ring of truth. But at the same time, what the fuck are you bringing this up for? The shit is over. Exactly. You're just trying to be relevant, just like the Kardashians do. You do stunts, you pull stunts, back flips, front flips, cartwheels, and you do those things. So, but it has a ring of truth to it. But I don't trust them Kardashians, and that motherfucking walking skeleton looks very unpleasant. I'm being nice. I don't see how, I don't see where, I don't see when. And another point I want to bring up, the motherfucking Simpsons and Family Guy mocked him at the time for wearing dresses, and everybody knew he wore dresses before she transitioned. So it was a long-running joke. It wasn't like something that was new. I think the Kardashians just ran him into the dirt with all that woman power. You one man in a house with like 7 million women, you gonna go crazy.
And it was a point in time I used to feel so bad for Bruce Jenner because you would constantly see him being emasculated. They would just constantly put him down and just make him feel like nothing, and he would take it. And for a long time, I felt bad for Bruce. But then once he transitioned and he became Caitlyn, and now she is Caitlyn, it's like she's one of the worst representations for the LGBTQ community. And I said that in Mizzle's live earlier because she only stands up for the community when it's something that
personally affects her.
If it's not anything that benefits her in any kind of way, and it's not even trans, hell, women, period. Like she doesn't stand up for none of that. She goes for what's right for her at that time. Other than that, at the end of the day, and Lord forgive me, I don't mean this in a rude way, and I don't mean this disrespectful. At the end of the day, when I see Caitlyn, all I still see is a white male,
Bruce.
White male with white male privilege
because
white male privileged world. That's all I see when I see Caitlyn. I don't see no nothing.
Because that is all Caitlyn.
Oh, she done closed herself out, child.
Okay,
what was you going to say?
I was going to say, contrary to that, we got to realize that Caitlyn is a Republican.
Absolutely.
And lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, to kick me out.
About that.
Trump, okay. and it still calls herself a heterosexual because she still has a girlfriend with a real vagina. Look at the confusion with that. To each his own, we say, but that shit is confusing and crazy as fuck. And we don't need anybody in any Senate seat no gubernatorial. Yes, the big word. I pulled it out. We don't need no council, no White House, no Black House, no nothing. Anybody of that nature, because that's pure confusion.
Baby sis, what's your final thoughts?
I think Caitlyn Jenner needs to sit down, shut the fuck up. Nobody invited her to sit down at the lunch table with the cool kids. She need to go back and sit back with the dorks where she fucking belongs. Stay in your own lane. That's it. Stay in your own lane. OJ literally wrote a book admitting if he had he wrote a book. He admitted it. Why are you rehashing old stuff other than to prove the fact that you are irrelevant and you're clout chasing?
Ooh, yeah.
Like, at this point, this is a failed, very flawed thirst trap. She didn't take the shit on TikTok. Try again.
And that's that on that. That's that on that. Moving right along, y'all. The next thing that we are going to get into is Henry Ruggs, y'all. This is sad. Let me share the screen with you guys real quick. Henry Ruggs is an NFL player. There we go. Henry Ruggs III. He is hit with 2 additional felony charges of DUI and reckless driving, bringing total charges to 5. He is now facing up to 46 years in prison. Y'all, listen to this right here. I wanted to read the most important part to you guys, okay? Now listen to this. On November 2nd, Ruggs was promptly arrested after his Chevrolet Corvette slammed into the back of Tenner's Toyota RAV4 around 3:30 a.m. in Las Vegas. Upon impact, Tenner's vehicle erupted in flames, and she and her dog tragically passed away. They were burned alive. Following investigation, it was determined that when Ruggs slammed into Tenner's vehicle, he was traveling at 127 miles per hour. Just seconds before, he was driving at an astounding speed of 156 miles per hour. His blood alcohol level was 0.161, which is more than the legal limit in Las Vegas. Y'all, this man was driving 156 miles per hour down the highway, slammed into the back of this woman's car, killed her and her dog, and they burned alive. Now, the fact, listen to this, hold on. White folks gonna eat his ass up on the dog dying alone. And I know that's, I don't mean that in no funny way. I'm not joking about that in no way. When it comes nowadays, and I noticed this for me working with the homeless community, for example, if it's just a homeless person out there on the curb by themselves, you know, panhandling, they're not gonna get nothing. But if you got a dog there on the side of you, you're gonna get $5, $10, $20 just like that. It's like people nowadays, they're starting to value animals' lives more than human lives. So the fact that that dog got burned alive off the rip, he going to jail. His life is completely over. He is only, let me see how old. I want to say he's 20. How old is this boy? 22 years old.
Here in Kentucky, they just made it a felony. You will get more time for hurting an animal here in Kentucky than you would for raping a child.
That's ridiculous.
So
I'm going to go down the line. Mizzle, I'm going to start with you first. What are your thoughts on this?
Listen, this could have been avoided. This could have been video avoided. For this boy who to be so young in the NFL, to, mind you, we missed the fact that he was popping out of drinks at the club, whatever they was at. His blood alcohol level was 0.161. What convinced him, and whoever he was with, convinced him to drive the car and act like he was a NASCAR driver? Act like he was racing for a NASCAR. Because ain't no way you be speeding like that. First of all, you drinking, you speeding. First of all, you supposed to slow down because you want the cops coming after you because they don't want you to stop you from drinking. You don't even get stopped because you was drinking. So you don't be speeding. You slow down. And the other people you was with, they were drunk too, or they couldn't drive. And you in the NFL. I know a lot of teams have car service for their players.
Yep.
So you couldn't meet to call one of these people. You couldn't meet to call your coach, somebody who's with you, or call an Uber, park that car somewhere, get an Uber, go home, and come get the car in the morning. But no, you want to drive. And you sobered up real quick when you realize what you did. Hit that lady, car flamed up, and now you said, oh my God. Yeah, you sobered up. Because what you doing that for? Going down for two, it is ridiculous and it's sad. And he's going to jail for a while. And first of all, listen, you had enough to get him with the DOI. You had to get enough of him driving recklessly. But why you got to add the gun charge? What was that for? What was
Say that one more time.
I said he's ready going down for the DOI. That's the thing. He's ready going down for hitting the lady and killing the lady. But why you got to add the gun charge? What point?
Why? Yes, I know.
Like, you had to add that. You could have added the DOI to that and reckless driving, all that stuff. That could have been enough right there. You didn't have to add gun charge to the thing to force it. Now he's 22 years old. If he says he get close to 50 max, that boy would get out when he's 72 years old. Lost his whole career.
His whole
career over that one little thing. And I said the people who was with him, y'all let this guy drive? Y'all was scared of him or something? He beat y'all in the head to say, no, I gotta drive.
I think his girlfriend was in the car with him.
Yes, somebody else.
I read a post somewhere. Some dumbass person put in the comments, what kind of girl does he have? How his girl not gonna take the rap for him? And because he just had a baby too. And it's like, why wouldn't his girl take the rap for him? And he could have still been out holding it down for them, like just dumb shit, dumb young people.
Yeah, I don't know. People get emotionally charged for everything. The girl, I would not be taking no rap from him either. No, you wouldn't be dumb enough to drive that car because they said she didn't stop. It doesn't matter. She didn't stop. It's like he's a grown ass person. He made the decision. Yeah. Now, granted, I wish you would have done more than say stop her from driving. But what can you do when you can? It's no convincing a drunk person at all. When they drunk, it's no reasoning with them. Cause they just like they gonna say, "F you, get my face, want to fight you," and you try to help them. So I said, "All right, go ahead," but you're not putting me down with you either.
That's sad. Opulence.
For 22 years old, it says, "Oh, we can't come down on him. He made a mistake." Yes, he made a mistake, but a fatal one. As that driving that fast down the street.
Opulence said, sadly, the gun charge was added in case something don't stick. If the NFL want him, he'll get away with it. That is so sad. That is so sad. Sir Neale, what are your thoughts?
I am so tired of these athletes acting like they're motherfucking rappers.
She's in Louisville, Dominique.
They need to stop acting like they're rappers and are all in the club and doing this and that. You're supposed to, if you're an athlete, your body's that's your vehicle. You know what I'm saying? If you're a basketball player, baseball player, that's your vehicle to your success. Why are you how much are you drinking? You driving this, it's like it was reckless. It was reckless. And everybody that was in that car is also going to be charged. We have to think about that.
Now, JW, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sir Neale.
Because when someone murders someone and you're even in the vicinity, you get charged too, one way or another. You are an accessory. Okay, so a girlfriend, I don't know if she was in the club too because her outfit on the ground. I don't want to be judgmental. Like she had a shawl on, like she was like doing the grandma. Oh my baby, somebody help me! And I was looking at it and trying to like be sincere about it, But I was like, this is some fuckery. You know what I'm saying? It was foolish, and I don't see how he.
Okay.
I'm lost for words, but it was some fuckery. I don't think he was serious about his career because anybody that is handling themselves like that, and you making this amount of money, nah, bro, you're not serious.
Okay, JW, you read my mind because I was gonna say, oh no, hell no. I thought you were saying, okay, she should have took the charge for him so he could continue with his career. Okay, no, that's what the post was saying.
A lot of these young rappers and athletes need to have some mentors before when they're in the league. They did have to mentor somebody into Gundam because this could
I
have been
sure was, nephew. I've been getting your ass, nephew.
This could have been avoided. But Jackie, this could have been avoided because it was could have had a mentor.
You know, another point, a lot of these athletes, they come out of high school, make it to the NFL, and they still got that ninja mentality. You know what I'm saying? And they get all this money and they just running rampant now. They're doing things that they thought they imagined to do. Now they got their imagination came true. I'm playing for this team. I got all this money. So now they can just 10 times, you know, what they would have been doing in the hood. You got the hochies, you got the booze, you got the drugs, you got the cars. Now they faster, now they prettier, now you can be choosy. And they need mentors, like Miz said, to step them into how to conduct themselves accordingly.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, I was gonna say, baby sis, what's your thoughts?
I'm sorry. I'm over here fiddling with stuff. I'm about to switch over to my tablet because I know my phone's about to cut off with this cheap shit. It's a tragedy all the way around. I know there have been plenty of times during my hoe days that I got absolutely wasted. And there have been times where I blessedly woke up the next morning unhurt, my car perfectly normal, fine. And I'm like, how did a bitch manage this? And then there are other times where I've had my twin be the DD unintentionally because this one right here that misjudged her limits. So it didn't have to be that way. I can understand him being young and dumb and thinking that he's invincible. And though I've had 100 shots at the club, I'm not going to leave my $250,000 car in this club parking lot, is what he was thinking. Meanwhile, we're up here in age with our wisdom, knowing that there have been times where we've made it home knowing good GDF and well, we had no business making it home as well as we have. So I think the gun charge is frivolous. I think they are trying to bury this young man under the jail for killing a dog. I hate to say this. I hate saying this, but at this point, we're gonna have to let the justice system work its wheel.
And it's not going to go in his favor at all.
No, it's not.
It's really not.
It was his fault.
It was all the way his fault.
The wheel
because
he drank, he drive,
you're in Vegas. They got yellow cab. They got the off-brand yellow cab. You got Uber, Lyft, Z-Trip. I don't know if they got Z-Trip in Las Vegas. We got Z-Trip here in Louisville. Whatever the Z-Trip equivalent is out in Las Vegas, they got all of that. Hell, they got public transportation 24/7 down there. The city bus.
Call the fucking chauffeur. Call the limo. Call the
exactly.
So
exactly.
He's gonna have to pay. Thank God he had insurance, because you already know he's not handling the payments on that car. He got a manager for that shit. So just thank God for insurance, right?
Thank
the
God.
irony is the irony is how you gotta manage it, but they're not managing your mental health.
Because they don't care. They only care about their bottom line. As long as they are in the black at the end of the month, anybody and everybody can kick rocks and die.
It reminds me of what Mizzle posted on Instagram. Like if the boss doesn't keep up, if doesn't keep everybody to task, basically it just fucks up the morale.
No. See, Mizzle, I had some, and it's probably just because of the work week I've had, because me myself personally plan on calling in sick on Tuesday. A bitch is off on Monday. I'm not coming in on Tuesday, and I had the weekend off. Hell, I don't give a fuck. All right. And it's all because of my boss. I don't care that my coworker needed the week off because she's going through personal shit. I would have been able to handle my week better had my boss been able to. So yeah.
I'm comparing it to like they're not taking care of him as a player in the NFL.
Yeah.
So
but again, why would they when they literally got thousands of kids waiting in the wind for their chance to make it to the NFL. So why would they care about one little black boy
sad to see. Yep,
going to jail for the rest of his natural life?
He should be accountable, but like Brittany said, it's still very sad to see, but unfortunately, you did that. And I hate to see a young black man go to prison, lose his career, lose the ability to do something great for not only himself, but his family and his community. But when you are put into that situation, you have a certain level of responsibility.
Yes.
And you took that and you didn't take that into consideration. And unfortunately, you got to deal with the consequences that come from that. And I just hope that, I don't know, he gonna have to talk to God about that. That's all I can say. Moving right along from that though, y'all, the next thing that we are going to get into is Vanessa Bryant. Let me share the screen with y'all real quick. Do y'all know that the LA County actually wanted this woman to take a psychiatric evaluation to prove that she suffered after after photos were leaked from the crash sites of Kobe and her daughter Gianna's, when they died in the plane crash. Some people, whoever the sick individual was that took pictures in the first place and put it out on the media, your ass needs to go to hell for that. You wrong for that, and you reap what you sow for that. Well, Vanessa tried to sue the LA County Sheriff's Department for that, for the photos being leaked. And once she tried to sue them, basically they tried to say that the woman was crazy and they wanted her to take a psychiatric evaluation. Well, this past Friday, I believe, well, not past Friday, this past week, the judge actually ruled in her favor. She does not have to take a psychiatric evaluation. The fact that they would even ask her to do that is twisted to me. Who would even ask somebody? Your husband and your child died in a plane crash, and somebody took pictures and put that on the internet. And you want me to take a psych eval to see if that really tortured me, if that really messed me up or not? Who thinks of shit like that? Who thinks of stuff like that? Well, not only, like I said, did the judge rule in her favor, she does not have to take no doggone psychiatric evaluation, but as well, the families of the people that died in that wreck, they also are going to get paid a $2.5 million settlement to the families over those photos being leaked as well. I'm happy that Vanessa does not have to go through this whole psychic this evaluation, but I still feel bad for her. I mean, it's only been what January will be 2 years that they've been gone, and it still feels like it just happened yesterday. Mizzle, what are your thoughts on that? How would you feel if somebody told you would need to take a psych eval for your spouse's plane wreck photos being leaked on the internet? What are your thoughts on that?
Listen, when I heard about this, and I was like, I heard about the picture stuff. So I was saying, nobody want to be reminded of the day they loved ones lost, of that fatal crash. Nobody want to be reminded of that. So taking pictures and want to post it up there because you think you're going to get some money on whatever you think, whoever did that is too much. And then you're going to try to tell her that she just take a vow to make people to suffer. Put yourself in my shoes. If it was you, would you like that? See, people make things because it's someone else, but not thinking that it could have happened to them. It could have happened to you. So would you want someone to question your suffering of losing your husband and your child? Now, whoever made this, do they have children themselves? So sometimes some people make decisions because it's not them affected firsthand. But when they become them, then they want people to understand. No, you didn't understand when I was going through this. You didn't. So for you to even give a psych evaluation, it's like, listen, I would make sure that I would give them something to make me an evaluation about. I would give them something. If you want to try and say that, I'll say, damn, go off. But I like how she played it all. She played it good because I think I probably do the same way. I would play it as that. I ain't gonna show them and make them think I'm a statistics, that I'm gonna be an angry black man. No. I played it right and played the system, and they played in her favor. So I probably would do the same way as how she did it. Keep it calm, keep it collected, because it is foul. How you gonna question me of my suffering and try to say I need a psych evaluation? No, it don't make any sense, because at the end of the day, it's it's a devastating tragedy for anyone to go through that.
Mm-hmm.
To even go through that, to be reminded, and you need a psych evaluation? No, y'all doing the most. Let you get a psych evaluation and see how you feel. Let you get a psych evaluation. That's why the judge probably took that out and said, no, that's ridiculous to even question that, they even say that she's suffering. You know she has. It's like that. So it's crazy. And then I'm glad they gave the settlement to the families as well, because it just wasn't her. It was other people.
Mm-hmm.
It was other people in the crash. So how insensitive to you think that will be okay to show that when other people suffering? So it's not just Vanessa Bryant. It's other families as well. Other families. And they had to relive that because some insensitive fool want to post it out there. And you only say that for Vanessa, but you don't say it for anybody else to say. So, because I was like, if you're going to ask Vanessa for psych evaluation, you're going to ask everybody else who's suffering.
Everybody else, yep.
For a psych evaluation. That don't make any sense. Like JW said, they was doing that because they want to prolong it, because they want to pay their money, because they know they messed up. Whoever that person is, whoever that defender of that person who posted pictures up, they know they messed up. So they're trying to prolong it and say, oh, no, let's stretch it out. Let's stretch it out. No. Good. So I like she played that way. I think I would play the same way, but I would have been upset you trying to think I need to be psych evaluated.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So Neale, what's your thoughts? We can't hear you. Muted.
I'm back now.
There you go.
No, I was going to say the audacity, completely, the audacity of them to question that. Any human in the world of whatever race knows when you lose someone, you mourn. You feel something in your heart. You feel something in your soul.
Yeah.
And then you go to your motherfucking husband and your daughter. The audacity to question it. And that was a petty defense. That's what it was. It was a defense of what they're going to have to atone to. They're going to have to answer to what happened. And then one point I want to bring up is right after the crash, the company that was doing the helicopter shit, they closed down like this and filed for bankruptcy because they knew they were going to be sued. They knew it. So they closed the whole shit down within, I believe, if I'm not exaggerating, 2 weeks after the crash, because they knew what was going to happen, the ramifications of it. But I think, again, I don't want to bring race into it. It's like a black athlete. You know what I'm saying? This is the justice. You know what I'm saying? This is how we treat and the loopholes. I'm not a lawyer, but I know they got a lot of fucking loopholes up in there. You know, they P's and Q's. Lawyers know how to get over some shit and, you know, kind of, you know, bring over a haze of the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to defend it. So them bringing that up for the psych evaluation was their defense. And there's a lot of loopholes that they can go through. But I think that was very, very, very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And I can't say that. I'm glad Vanessa kept her composure. I would go after the person that accused me of that, because you're tampering with me mourning and going through something that is obvious amongst the world. If I got that money, I'm going after you just to fuck with your head. I'm about to just put you in with. If it was the defense attorney, if it was the if it was the what's the other one under the defense attorney? If it was the assistant attorney, I'm going after one of them motherfuckers just to make their life hell. Because I got the time and I got the petty money, bitch. You wanted to be petty with me? This is how I get back.
Baby sis, what's your thoughts? You're muted.
I knew that. Testing you. I saw a video in regards to this whole psych eval thing that they wanted Vanessa Bryant to do. I saw a video when the defense first requested it, and then I saw a video when the judge denied it. And the defense in this case is diabolically disgusting. What the defense is, what I feel like they're trying to say is she has no right, no room to mourn a public figure. That is what I'm getting from it. And though the judge denied this recent psych eval request, there's room for it to come up again. And that is the most sickening part of this entire thing. Like, not only did she lose her husband, the only person she's ever been with, period, as far as I know, and her child at the same time. And then I'm not even sure how she found out, but the fact that it was leaked all over social media, the pictures, which I'm pretty sure is how she found out in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
That I can't even describe the feeling in my stomach. And then for the county of Los Angeles to be like, I'm gonna need you to prove that you're really in, that what we did was really emotional distress. I'm gonna need paper proof of the distress. Those harmless photos in their mind that was gonna get leaked anyway. That was not your place to do it, period. I hope, because the case isn't over, I hope she squeezes every last dime out of LA County sheriffs. Period.
Yeah, she goes back to court with them on February 2022. So hopefully, I mean, you got to be a cold-hearted person not to rule in her favor. I'm sorry. What that woman went through, you got to be cold-hearted not to rule in her favor. So I will be keeping us up to date on that story. Anything else that comes new of it, of course, y'all already know we're going to get into it and talk about it. But let's see, y'all. Let's move on to the next thing that I wanted to get into, the baby, y'all. Let's talk about the baby real quick, y'all. So the baby has been forgiven. Whoever is in charge of the LGBTQIA plus community has decided to forgive the baby. Okay. Now, if y'all don't know what the baby did when he was on the Rolling Out concert, he dropped the F word, said some very disparaging remarks about the LGBTQ community, to meet me in the parking lot. And I would say, how would you know anything about the parking lot unless you was out there getting your dick back in the parking lot? That's just what I would say. The homophobe. I like that, Brittany, not the baby, the homophobe. I like that. Well, he said this, and after he said that, the people came down on him. The folk in the community were mad at him. They didn't want nothing else to do with him. They was ready to cancel his ass, right? So he then went and apologized, talked to some folk that represent the LGBTQIA plus community, and for whoever decided that he was forgiven. And now he is back on tour. He is actually doing a full tour with Rolling Out. Now, while the organization has decided to forgive the baby, they are still on the fence about Dave Chappell. Now, Mizzle broke this down earlier. It's because Dave Chappell is not bending down and he's not conforming to what their requests are that basically they're forgiving the baby, but they're not forgiving Dave Chappelle. I think that's dumb as hell. Don't nobody come for me because I ain't sent for you. But what the baby said was 10 times worse than what Dave Chappelle said. And what Dave Chappelle said was the truth, because basically you're proving his points by exactly what he said.
I know who has forgiven the baby.
But I'm saying you're proving his point. He said if you piss a gay person off, you're automatically done for, you're canceled, but you can shoot a nigga and that's all right. I don't see no lie in that whatsoever. Ms. I'm gonna start with you. What are your thoughts on that? Are you gonna go to a concert to see the baby? Because now that the president of the LGBTQ said that it's all forgiven, it's all good, y'all shouldn't be mad at him no more. You going to a concert, Ms.?
No, you know dag well I want to listen to none of these rappers and so that's a no at I would say at their videos, none of that. So I'm not going to none of those stuff like that. It's kind of funny, and that's why I was saying that. You know, me and Sonia is part of the community. I was like, first of all, how they say it's made it seem like it's only one organization, and we got one CEO, and she decided to prove him to be performing. I said, who is you? Who is you? We have, yes, there are multiple organizations for groups. They have multiple organizations that represent the African American community. They have multiple organizations that represent any group out there. They have multiple organizations. So one of the organizations approved that he's okay, but why you think that one organization is approving? How you know how you know he's understanding of what he did? Because he paid you money, he donated stuff, you been to your wills, he did all these meetings, he did all this stuff like that, and so he did all that for y'all. Then y'all are okay for him to perform. I'm sorry, but that's like bullying, and gay community needs to stop doing that, because at the end of the day, y'all want people to respect the community. But when somebody do something, now granted, the baby did say messed up stuff, not just the LGBTQ community, but to people who are suffering from HIV and AIDS. It's like that. He is offended more groups. It wasn't just that thing. In his mindset, he was only focused on the gay community, but it wasn't just that he was offended. And I wish everybody to understand that it wasn't just that group. So why make it that they need to oversee him performing? Doesn't matter. So if Rolling Loud is even operated by the gay community, because I don't know why they got to prove him to perform at that concert. And that's to say, why you perform at that concert with the concert? That's the concert that kind of tripped you up in the first place.
You didn't
know you was performing Rolling Loud till that clip came about. And that's what went viral. So, and they go back to that same thing to have a tour, whatever. So, and that's what with Jay Chappelle. It's like he said it. No, I will meet with y'all, but don't think y'all gonna demand me and do all these stipulations like that group organization. If y'all follow Twitter stuff like that, they had like a freaking 4 or 5 pages of what they want Netflix to do for their defense. I said Netflix already told y'all they're not canceling that.
No.
So what are y'all doing all this for? Y'all having rallies in March? And that person who got fired, who was a trans, because they was doing something other than being a trans. They wasn't fired because they were trans. They fired because he was so doing something legal against their policy. So y'all doing all these outrage and trying to make people bully people to y'all demand so y'all can approve them for what? So some people will follow what y'all do. Y'all doing the most. And now people who don't respect y'all is not going to respect y'all because y'all are pursuing this bully mentality. And that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. And I'm sorry, I'm part of the community, but we're not doing that. Like, come on now, that's too much. Y'all doing way too much. And yes, the baby needs to suffer for what he did, but let him suffer on his own account and let him do that but not because the community is backing him up and now y'all gonna let him perform again. Well, so it's all contingent upon them. Like, who was this organization? So that don't make sense. So I'm glad that Dave Chappelle is not falling for their antics, because it shows a precedence that if y'all piss us off, we could demand y'all to do stuff, and then we could ride the wave and formulate opinions and let the companies go what we say. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Because when you have a company who don't want to deal with y'all, y'all be up in the wall and say, "Oh my God, they discriminate." No, but at the same time, y'all bullying. So you can't have both ways. You gotta respect the people who want you to respect as well. So I'm glad that Dave Chappelle's not bending, because if he would bend, they would say, "Oh, well, we got Dave Chappelle too." Who's next?
They don't think they can do that to anybody.
Who's next?
Sir Neale, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Sir Neale, what's your thoughts? You're muted.
I was just waiting my turn. Because I don't know who this mystical Xavier Captain America motherfucker is. I'm sorry to curse. Sorry, who is in the clouds, who runs this stuff? Okay, who's like giving like the pass and the go ahead. We also got to remember that this is a fact. You can look it up. The Rolling Loud tour that he was supposed to do was already solidified. When he did that performance and made those statements, that's when it severed. But it's not like they're giving him like a cookie. He was already set up. They just put the contract back into situations. So they just fooling. It's just like fool la la. It's like they're like pulling the blanket over your face.
Quick little fool la la.
Yeah, because they had to, because I feel like sometimes the LGBTQ community has a problem with like, give me my rights, and it's a little bit too loud,
Mm-hmm.
And I always say, I'm a Black man first, okay? And then if you want to put whatever alphabet, bitch, that's your problem. But it's not me, because I'm a Black man first, And it's kind of hard for me to understand this, because I think the baby kind of sold out. I think he kind of sold out. He shouldn't even have went on and did it. You can apologize, but you meant that shit. And like Dave Chappelle, like nigga, I meant that shit. I'm not going nowhere. And that's just my opinion. I believe that him going back to the tour is for money's sake.
Yes.
For trying to be the best rapper's sake. You know what I'm saying? But not just for, he should have stood his ground. And then for the comedic part, I don't know who the fuck who he saw blowing jobs in the parking lot, because we got to remember, he said that. He
said it like he knew it for a fact.
Yeah, because I don't know who he's like. Did he see something? Did he participate?
He said it like he knew that for a fact, sir. Yeah, you know about who out there giving up the ghost out there in the parking lot, sir. You're telling on yourself. Honestly, yeah. I think Cola Boo. I think he only did it to not be canceled, to save face.
Yeah, because
that's the only reason why he did it.
Said that.
Yeah.
Before he made that statement, he was hot, and his shit just plummeted. If he would have kept that upheaval and kept going, he would have been like the new rapper. But that like sunk him down.
And then you know what? Quite honestly, if he wouldn't have got prompted to apologize, he wouldn't apologize. And even if he did apologize, I don't feel like he meant that. He didn't mean that. He only apologized to save his career and to save face. He didn't mean that. He did not mean that apology. I don't care what nobody says. He only apologized because he got put on the spot and his career would have been on the line. That's why he apologized. But out of the bottom of the kindness of his heart, no, he didn't do that. No, he didn't mean that. Nope.
So that begs the question: what measurement is this company doing to make him feel like he understands and he learned from his lesson?
Exactly.
So that's the whole part of it. Because they say, because we understand that he learned from the lesson, he can perform again. So it's basically on their terms.
Well, what lesson did he learn, though?
Okay, but
can I answer that question? Because I was doing my research. And this is so funny. Okay.
What do you learn?
So, the person who saw fit to forgive the baby is the organizer for Rolling Loud.
A homosexual? Is it a homosexual?
I don't know. I don't really care about.
Because if it is,
I don't care about Gwendolyn D. Clemens' sexual orientation, okay? Because according to Gwendolyn D. Clemens, hold on, let me go back up to the very top of this article. Okay.
This is juicy.
No, this is the first sentence of this article. The baby is no longer canceled, having sufficiently redeemed himself for his controversial statements at Rolling Loud Miami in July. According to one LGBTQ organizer says. Okay.
He learned the correct amount of zeros. You better show enough say that, JW. He learned what them zeros is hitting for, and he learned, okay, I need to apologize. That's what he learned.
Gwendolyn D. Clemens, CEO of Relationship Unleashed, told TMZ, all right, I trust TMZ. I trust Harvey, okay? On Tuesday, November 2nd, that she and her colleagues have forgiven. They have forgiven him.
Making me mad. I'm ready to move on from this because I'm getting mad. This is making me mad.
No, big sis, please listen.
I'm gonna let y'all finish so we can move on.
I was dying. They have forgiven him for his homophobic and racist remarks, believing he's come a long way since then.
This is very questionable. This is very, very questionable.
Clemens also gave the baby's recent return to Rolling Loud her blessing, along with any future concerts he's got lined up.
I ain't going to that crap. Listen. It's
all about the money. They trying to get their exchange. He getting theirs. They're getting
theirs. Gwendolyn.
I don't want to hear nothing else about Gwendolyn. I want to know
last part, please.
Who the president of the LGBTQIA community is that gave the okay for him to not be canceled. That's who I ain't worried about.
According to the top search at Google, it's Joe Biden, because I Googled that sentence, that question verbatim, big sister, and Joe Biden's plan for the JBTQ plus community came up. So
no, I need to know who Thanos is, who Elektra is, Mystique is. No, there's something I don't know what this Marvel crew is of this.
Yeah, wait, please. There's like three sentences. All right, and that's it. Okay. Gwendolyn says they educated the baby about HIV/AIDS, including how the spectrum of conditions affect people in his native Charlotte, North Carolina. According to her, the information resonated with the 29-year-old rapper. Clemens believes the baby's initial comments came from a place of ignorance, but he has a newfound perspective on such issues.
What are y'all final thoughts on the baby?
Full of fucking shit. I would like to see the receipts on that check.
I'm done with it.
Listen, like I'm saying, they say because the CEO of the organization, proved him he's good to perform any future concerts. That's what I'm saying. What make them the measurer of him performing again? It's just, look, that's what I'm saying. That's the part I don't get. It's like y'all kind of like y'all bully him to do whatever he wanted for y'all to do. Now you want Dave Chappelle to do the same thing for y'all because like that. That's what Netflix told them. They not canceling the closer. So what y'all making all these 4 or 5 page demands for Netflix? It's not happening for Dave Chappelle.
I will never get rid of my Netflix account. Have y'all seen Harder They Fall? No.
Yeah,
I will see it. I will see
that movie was good. I'm not getting rid of Netflix anytime soon. I have not seen Dave Chappelle's special, but I'm not getting rid.
Anyways, y'all, we finna move on to the next thing, y'all, because I'm sick of the damn baby. Next thing, y'all, we are finna get into right now is doggone. This is gonna make Mizzle happy. We finna get into Joe Budden, y'all. Okay. Let's switch it up from one jackass to the next. Okay, let's get into. Let me see. Do I have the right screen up? Is this the right one? No, wrong screen. Here we go. Do I have the right screen? Here we go. Joe Budden. Okay. Now, me and Mizzle was going back and forth on this. Okay. Joe Budden was recently on his podcast, and you should say, "Oh, here, blah blah blah." This is homophobic. Still same nigga. Thank you. So Joe Budden was on his podcast, and what they were talking about was the whole situation with the baby. Okay, with the baby now being forgiven by whoever the grand and powerful Oz of the LGBTQ community has granted permission for him to not be canceled no more. Joe Budden then comes out the side of his neck and says, I like men, I like boys, and I like girls. I'm bisexual. Spread this, get this out. I like men, I like women. There it is. Spread this word for me. Now, when I first heard it, y'all know I sent y'all a group texted y'all immediately and was like, what is girl living in her truth? Like, what's really going on? And then Mizzle was like, it wasn't even 10 minutes. Mizzle was like, nope, I don't believe that shit. He full of crap. He lying. He just saying that. And so he sent us the full clip. And I seen the full interview, and I'm 50-50 with it. In a way, I feel like Joe Budden was somewhat trolling when he said that. I felt like in one way, he was like, you know what? I'm going to say that I'm bisexual. So anything that I say after this, now I'm bisexual. So I couldn't be homophobic in any kind of way. But as we all know, all fiction comes from just a smidge of fact. I don't feel like he was lying completely. I feel like maybe there's some underlying truth to it. Sir Neale had even brought up the fact that what if he's trying to get ahead of a story? What if somebody's going to put it out there that they down low with him and he's just trying to put it out there to get ahead of the story? Maybe, but the context of how he said it came across in a very trolling manner. Now, Mizzle, I'm going to start with you. What are your thoughts and what are your opinions on it? Like I said, I feel like there's a little underlying truth to it because the toxic masculinity that Joe Budden has, I don't see him just playfully joking and being like, I'm bisexual, spread the word. I don't see him doing that. But Mizzle, I'm gonna start with you. What are your thoughts on what Granddaddy Joe had to say?
Listen, when people play that clip, they jump with the bandwagon so quickly to say, "Oh yeah, he came out bisexual." Listen, y'all have to understand the context of what he said.
Joe look crazy.
Joe said he used to mess with back in the day. Listen, he said this is what he said. If you make a look at the whole concept with the debate, that's what you mentioned in the baby thing before this segment. He was saying because, and there was three saying it because you had to be in the ends with the community, or they had to like you and give you in the end with the community and have protection from the community. You got to get protection for the gays because it was you in all that stuff. So that's why the baby was able to be approved and all that stuff. So the gay community is the staple person, the staple group to say, "Oh, we good, you're liking you in." So also, so that led him to say, "Oh, how I'm gonna say this." And you know how when he said it, it didn't sound like he was serious. It sounded like he was trolling. So he said, "Listen, I'm gonna say this because I don't want them messing with my bag." Because that's the whole point of the content. Because if you say some wrong things like that, your bag will get messed up from the gay community. So he said, "Oh, I ain't gonna mess with my bag. So let me say this. I'm gonna put this out there, y'all. I like men and women. Put it out there. I'm down. And they kept moving the conversation. And then when somebody said afterward, he said, "Oh, the word that got out." Put it out there. That was classic trolling. That is classic trolling at its finest, because at the end of the day, how bisexual men are betrayed in the society. I'm gonna get a little deeper. A lot of females don't be rocking with men who bisexual like that. Not openly bisexual or say it like that. Even when he has money and stuff like that, maybe now, sort of stuff. But you think he will ever admit that he really, if you think it's kind of true, let's say he's somewhat halfway truth like that. Him coming up bisexual in that kind of manner, it's not believable. It's not. I can't believe it. I ain't gonna jump in the bandwagon and say that he's part of the community because he said that. Because that content of all that we said was based on a trolling nature that he said that because he don't want to get canceled. So let me say that. So they gonna come down my neck. Let's say I'm part of the community. They say you won't come down to my neck. No, I ain't gonna agree with that. I'm not gonna accept that he is come out. That's why I'll say you had to listen to the whole clip, because that clip itself made it seem like it was questionable, and it's not. And the way how he said, even that clip itself, it didn't sound like he was serious. It didn't sound like he was serious. It sounded like he was very being sarcastic and being trolling nature. Oh, spread the word out, y'all. I'm down. Like, how you come out like that? No, you don't come out like that. And the way how it is, even though it's a step thing, it's still kind of frowned upon, especially with a lot of heterosexual females who like men, who like to be men. They won't even think about a man who is bisexual. They wouldn't. Some
that's about
majority are not. So even if you have one experience and you say you're bisexual, they ain't gonna want to deal with you. So you think he would mess up his future with another female if he would say that he's serious by me and by?
That's his loss. If he's gonna lose that on sex like that.
So like that. So I cannot jump on the bandwagon for him that if you based on that whole content. Now, if that was not the content, and that was not the pretext of what he said that for, then you would say, "Oh, no, what? Why he would say this now?" It was nothing that mentioned that you need to come out, and then you just come out of nowhere. But based on that, it led to us to say, "Okay, he's trolling because he's just saying that to get people to talk and all that stuff like that." Because based on the content of what they were said, the gay community got to end you. They got to prove you. You got to be. They're gonna cancel you if you're not in the good graces with them. So I don't tell you about it. So I ain't gonna go jump in the bandwagon, whether if it's true or not, all that stuff. I ain't gonna jump in the bandwagon. Don't do that, because Joe is a classic troller. Yeah, he's a woman beater. That's proven known. It's very proven that he is a woman beater. It's like that. And I hope we get into him, because I said, that girl, you need to shut the hell up all the way. Like, why are you drinking talking? It's like that. And don't be so quick to put him in the community. We don't need a woman beater as a community either. So don't do that. Don't do that. It's like that. So yes. And the toxic masculinity, yes. I agree with Auntie MoMo. There could be a classic indicator that someone is hiding something or gay, like that. But also could be a classic indicator that they just don't like women and they hate women. Because they are men who all do things for women, have babies or stuff, and strictly don't like women because they feel like women are inferior to them. So they're gonna hate them. And they are gay men who hate women, not because they're gay, they just hate women. So it could be two things. It's not always an indicator that they gay. It's an indicator that they just have a strong hate towards women. But they can still sex them because that's the objects. So there's a whole complexity to this. It's like that. So I will not jump in the bandwagon for that.
Sir Neale, what are your thoughts? You're muted. You're muted, Sir Neale. We can't hear you.
How do I keep doing? Okay. I said I'm past my curse word limit, so I can't say what I really want to say. So I'm gonna have to just lay it down clean. I've literally met men, the type, the head, the Puerto Rican, the Dominican, the type of Joe, how that is, that multiracial, and they do dip and dabble. It's natural to them. I mean, it's not okay. In a hood sense, let me make sense of this. In the hood sense, if you know a gay dude on the block, because I knew one, and I got into a fight with him because he was doing stuff with my stepbrother. And I found out that they was just all just like getting jobs from the local the local homosexual that was a slut. There you go. I was trying to word that. But that Susio stuff, like that sneaky stuff, I do see it. If it was for entertainment, shame on him. But I do see it in his face. I do see it in how he treats women. I really, really do see it. And I if he was trolling, shame on him. But I bet you he's not the only one that can say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
All up in his crew. I'm sorry, I was just trying to. I couldn't, because you know, I would have my Bernie Mac. I would have went. But yeah, I just couldn't explain. But yeah, I believe it. And if he's doing it, good for him for coming out. That's what we need to give him a round of applause for. Because if it's true, I'm glad he had the gumption and he had the pride to come out. But if it's bullshit, shame on you, bro.
No, he didn't, Brittany. He said, I like guys and I like girls. That's what he said specifically. I like guys and I like girls. Spread the word. This is what I like. Matter of fact, let me see. Hold on. See if I can play it.
The gays to perform.
How do I spread this news? How do I spread the word?
I think you got to call the CEO.
Yo,
Yeah,
listen.
You gotta make sure it's okay.
I like guys and girls. Spread the word. I'm down.
Remember, this was the
I've seen
first
enough.
time he returned. Fam, you got to get okayed by the gays to perform.
How do I spread this news? How do I spread the word?
I think you got to call the CEO.
Yo,
Yeah,
listen.
You got to make sure it's okay.
I like guys and girls. Spread the word. I'm down.
Remember, this was the
I've seen
first
enough.
time he returned.
That was that.
Okayed by the.
Baby sis, what are your thoughts?
I mean,
Thank you, Cola. Me too. Cause it's something about Joe that gives me that down low vibe about him. Even before this came out, I've always thought that about him.
Cause I just like the way he carries himself. I don't know. Maybe I'm just very anal retentive when it comes to men. I look at every minute detail. Maybe it's the fact that he is a certified woman beater. The fact of how much he hates women. And I feel like he hates himself. Where does all that self-hatred come from? In order for it to manifest into you hating a species that gave birth to you. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, y'all can agree with me on this or not, but this is what I wholeheartedly believe. I think everybody is a little bi. Some people just tip it more on one end of the scale than the other.
That's what I was going to say. Mizzle, can he be canceled by the LGBTQ community for trolling like that?
Listen, if he think he would be canceled by now, you think they would say something by now? They would 2.5 seconds say something about that. They know he was trolling. They know he was trolling.
Wait, Miz, he did say call the CEO. And that wasn't we just talking about who's the CEO?
He knows who's the CEO. He said it. They said, "Oh, let me say this, so they won't come after me." They know they was playing. He was playing. That's what I agree with Brittany saying. It's like he was playing. I said, "Don't come after me. I'm gonna say this, so y'all won't cancel my bad."
No, because if that was the case, then everybody and their mama would do it just so they wouldn't get canceled.
Everybody with the mama would go out and come out. It's like that's. I was saying that coming out is not a joking thing.
Yeah,
it's not a joking thing. We cannot use that as a joking matter. People
no, but if he was coming out just so he would not get canceled,
that's the problem. This trolling. He said that because trolling. It's not because when people trolls, they say things to get your reaction out of you. Just like Lil Nas X trolls, 50 Cent trolls, Joe Budden trolls.
Okay, but at least with 50 Cent trolls, you know what his purpose is. What is right now? What is Joe's purpose in trolling the entire gay community?
Because of what he just saying based on the content. That's why we don't go by just that clip that we saw. If you listen to the whole thing, he said that because now we play for them, they'll come after me. It's like it was the whole trolling nature of it. And now he playing on it. It's like, oh, let everybody jump. Because you know everybody gonna jump with the minute, because after the let's be for real. People for the minute to go and say,
okay,
what's the men say they bisexual, they automatically go to the minute. They automatically go think about it. You don't have to be a woman beater. If some straight man come out here or some guy who think name a guy that you think will never be gay.
Eminem, have you seen the interview?
He comes out and said, "Oh y'all, no, I'm bisexual."
He did.
I don't know if he didn't. Let's just say for y'all, if
he did.
A man that you don't think that will be gay. And
Eminem.
No, you say he said come out. Just look up Auntie Mama. Name somebody you think you would never be gay.
Tevin Campbell.
Nelly.
Okay, if Nelly come out tomorrow and say, you know what? I did with that with men. I have fucked men. I have had sex with men before. Don't you think people go automatically jump on that?
Mm-hmm.
No.
People yes,
they will. With Nelly, they will.
I wouldn't.
They will automatically jump on that because at the end of the day, if a guy say they had sex with a female or a guy, females go automatically say, "Oh my God, now I can't mess with him because it tarnished my reputation on him because I think he was all guy like guys. He like guys. He mess with guys. They automatically go jump on the ship. They jump."
That'll show you who are the simps and who are the nots. I seriously no, because like right now, have y'all seen the interview with Seth Rogen and James Franco? Eminem was in there in the beginning, and I don't know if like that part was improv or not.
Wait,
but
that was from a movie, girl. That was from a movie.
It doesn't matter. You know they improv their entire movie.
It was a movie, girl. That was fiction.
No. No,
we gotta go back.
I refuse. I'm gonna need concrete proof. Either way, to be able to sleep good at night without a freaking Benadryl.
Girl, listen. The movie with James Franco and Seth Rogen with Eminem on it is called The Interview. Okay, they had a fake ass Kim Jong Un in there. It was a movie, baby. That was not for real. That was for fiction. That was not for real.
It traumatized me.
That was a movie. That was for pretend. It was for play.
Yes, Jackie.
I'm like, what? Eminem didn't say that.
That's what I'm saying. He was no. It was not right to joke about it because at the end of the day, people lose their lives. People get kicked out for coming out like that. And even though it's a little bit open now, it still be frowned upon. So if someone come out as bisexual, no matter who you are, everybody automatically go jump on it. Automatically jump. Just how fast everybody jumped on this. And what after the content.
I seen that, Brittany. Once again, Lil Boosie got, you see that skit that he did with somebody like coming up to him, confronting him about Lil Nas? Like, Boosie keeps Nas's name in his mouth. I cannot stand Lil Boosie. I can't stand
But Boosie just said that he likes Lil Nas's music, so it doesn't make any sense. Like, how can you go on a homophobic rant about a rapper, about an artist, but turn around and say, yeah, he got good music?
He doing the same doggone thing that Joe was doing. He trolling, trying to cover his ass. That's what he doing. I like his music.
I would say Boosie's bad at Lil Nas's success. Point blank, period. Rapping is a very competitive sport. And he's jealous. Like, he's like, how does GAYNIGGA get on before me? I should be at that spot. I should be there. But he was never there. He was there like when we was looking at the Source Awards.
But I mean, he was there back in the 90s, then he would have been on top. Like, he needs to look at his failures. How long was he in jail for?
And I'm not sure. I've
Girl,
never.
Oh, your success didn't fail out of nowhere, Boosie.
I've never like followed him or like I kept up with him. So it's like, but the thing is like, well, this is my last point. My professor told me, and my grandpa told me, the concern of a man's whereabouts, their sexuality is an act of being gay. So you shouldn't be concerned that much with what a man is doing with his body or who he's sleeping with because you concerned with his body. And that's an act of being gay. So when motherfuckers get concerned with what you're doing with your body, you need to look at them like, because they looking at your body. So real men
this
don't
is
look.
this is something that's gonna go on and on to the beginning of time. Is these people trolling with the whole gay thing? But you know what? I will be surprised if Boosie skeletons come out the closet that he was down low this whole time. I would be surprised. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I would be like, I would be surprised just because of the way he's. But no, I'd be surprised because you went real hard on this little boy. I'd be surprised.
I feel like Boosie will like. Remember Death at a Funeral with Martin Lawrence and Chris Rock? I feel like Boosie was gonna have a midget gay lover at his funeral.
Little person, don't say midget. That's rude.
Little person, you're right. You're right. A little person.
I wouldn't be surprised. Boosie been busting it wide open. I'm sure he has. Boosie can't hear boosting that bussy. Anyways, though, y'all. Moving along.
Around the town now because we don't know.
I know. Boosie done been all. He done been all up and down Baton Rouge, all around New Orleans, all of that, throwing that boy pussy around everywhere. Anyways, though, y'all. The last thing that I wanted to get into tonight, y'all, hold on, was this. We're going to talk about this Travis Scott concert, y'all. He had a concert here in Houston, the AstroWorld concert, and it turned out to be a hot ass mess. I don't understand what the security was. I don't understand what the order was. I don't understand why this concert went left the way that it did. I'm going to show y'all. These are clips. Shout out to Lovely T. She got video clips. This was right at the beginning as the concert is starting. I mean, it started off with a stampede, and this was in the daytime, okay? So I'm going to show y'all some of these clips. Like I said, this is some of the videos from the concert of people being trampled, stampede. It was crazy, y'all. It was crazy.
I would have already left.
I'd have left.
I would have left for real.
I mean, not to be racial, but I only see white people jump in the fucking fence. I'm sorry.
It's black people too. It's black people.
Maybe it's just his camera angle then. Why are there only camera people? Why is nobody doing anything?
For real. Like, where's the security at?
We had at least eight confirmed fatalities tonight. 8 confirmed fatalities, and we had scores of individuals that were injured here in this event. We had an attendance of approximately 50,000 to the
50,000
AstroWorld Festival event. What we do know is that at approximately 9 o'clock, 9:15, the crowd began to compress towards the front of the stage, okay? And that caused some panic, and it started causing some injuries. People began to fall out, become unconscious, and it created additional panic.
It just felt like we was like literally like in fucking hell, bro. Like it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe, you couldn't see. Like just imagine all the people they're gonna find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole fucking concert. Like I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like I kid you not, like in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted, and the people were the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning black and blue. Like I never seen death in my fucking life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 fucking people laid out dead. And like once the Travis Scott, it was like help. The whole crowd was just going like help. And he just kept going, bro. It was like that shit was scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro. And mind you, y'all see the type of music I make. Y'all see everything, like, you know, like I've been so heavily influenced by Travis, but like after tonight, bro, like God really showed me, like, you know, like stay away from that shit, bro. Like that shit not for you, because like he sacrificed so many people's lives tonight, like for real. Like so many people's lives are gone tonight because they want to go to a fucking Travis Scott concert and have fun. You know, he influenced people to be raging and all this shit. So many people broke in, and it was just chaos, bro. It was a living fucking hell, bro. Imagine.
Y'all were in there, bro. Shut the fuck up. Exactly right. Y'all weren't in there. People are fucking dying. I'm gonna take somebody's life. That's somebody's kid.
Two hands to the stop. Two hands to the stop. Two hands up, y'all. Two hands up.
And y'all can see people are standing on top of the police car as the police car is trying to get people that are passed out of the event. Y'all, this was sad. This was really, 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 really sad. Mizzle, I'm going to start with you. Look at that. Isn't that demonic looking? I hate to sound like an old woman when I say that, but that just looks so doggone evil. In the end, they said that a 10-year. Now, I don't know how true this is, because first I heard a 10-year-old boy was crushed. Then I heard a 10-year-old boy suffered cardiac arrest. Then about an hour or so ago, I saw on the news that the youngest person that actually died was 14.
The fuck is a 14-year-old doing that? Okay.
Hold on. Regardless, though, people died at this concert. First and foremost, where in the world was the social distancing with all of this? How in the world can you have a concert with 50,000 people there and not nobody got no mask or no nothing on? I don't know. That's just the old lady in me that's saying that, y'all. I'm sorry. But it's sad. A lot of people lost their lives. Oh, and then like, baby sis, you know, a lot of music that Travis Scott makes are for preteens, because, you know, he does a lot of stuff with Fortnite. He does stuff with McDonald's. Like he does stuff with, I want to say like a PlayStation or I don't know. He does a lot of
that. I understand that.
And but that's why the kids were there.
Oh, that is, I thank mom and daddy, like during small disasters like this, I thank the fact that I was a sheltered child till I was about 16 years old.
Mizzle, what are your thoughts on this? Do you feel like Travis Scott should be held accountable for this because he does, you know, sort of encourage his fans to rage and mosh pit and all that? Do you feel like he's responsible? Because regardless, he's going to end up paying. He's going to end up paying.
He is somewhat responsible, and other people. It's a lot of things came to play that failed this whole event, because nobody should have lost their life. Nobody should have been dying. First of all, this beginning, ain't no other way they would have trapped over that gate and flushed in like that. Half the people ain't even got their tickets. Probably didn't have no tickets. They just rushed in there, like that. So first of all, that was a fail, because it should be orderly. Nobody should be lined up like that. It should be like lines here. Let me check your tickets. Let's check this. You don't have no thing. And it was metal detectors. It's an open space. You will never catch me dead foot and doing open field concert like that. No, because you can't move. This like that. That's why I like to sit my behind down and go to the stadiums where I can sit down
with a little cocktail. Yes, God, that's me.
We ain't doing all that. We're not doing all that. I'm not standing up and doing nothing like that. And in the VIP section, I might have chairs in the VIP section, all that stuff. That was one. That's one failed thing. So all that bum with people, and probably a lot of people who probably been handing out tickets and they didn't pay. So they bum much in that concert. That's one thing that was a failing. Another thing, where was the exits? Where was the different exits? when a big concert like that, a big field like that, it should be multiple exits that people could go out, so it won't be one exit people bushing in there or coming out of. That's one thing. That's two. Now people say it was some freaking drugs being going around. We don't know because it was different speculation. It was drugs probably getting people were getting inserted with drugs and stuff like that. That's why you have metal detectors and bags and something to check all that stuff and to have that orderly. But the fact that this happened, but that should, you know, when this happened, that concert should never been gone down.
Thank you.
That should be shut down right off the bat. I said, y'all ain't bum rushing. Back the hell up, back up, and something like that. Y'all, we not bum rushing and we not doing this. So we're not having this concert and we don't have order like that. So it was a lot of things fell into place. And a rage and rave, y'all. In a rage and rave kind of event like that, the music set the tone. So if people calling for Travis, and it was the one clip I shared in the thing that he was up in the air and he see a girl passing out and he's like, yeah, right in front of his face. The music set the tone. So if you stop the music, people won't be like, they will say, they will stand still. And then you control the crowd. So if you keep the music going with all this stuff going on, then people go be focused on the music and not focus on anything else. So it controls the crowd when you go to rage and rage like that. So if he would have stopped, because he only stopped for a second. People say he kept going. He stopped for a second, and then he kept going. So if he would have stopped the music, don't you think people would not be, no, they would stay.
But you know what, though? You know, it just dawned on me right now. What if him stopping that concert would have caused more chaos than him actually going? You know why? But the only reason why I say that, though, is because the crowd was filled with people already, their emotions so high. You see, the police couldn't even drive through the crowd without people jumping on top of the police car, stopping them. What if those individuals would have started raging even more because you stopping this? I don't know.
The person who controlled the rage had the power to control the minds. That's the music. So when he stopped, people wasn't moving. They only moved when he gave commands. Remember when he said, put your hands in the air like this? And everybody started doing what he said? Mm-hmm. He controlled the mind. He controlled it. That's the part of the thing. So
but I'm saying if they go ahead.
If he would have stopped the music and nothing was going on, then a lot of people want to be trapping around because it's like he kept going, and that's how they kept going. So if you completely stop, nobody would have been moving because they were following your command. That's how it is. It's a group thing, kind of control mind thing. That's what people say is kind of demonic. When rage and when you go to those type of settings, it's not like a regular concert. Those type of settings is different. It's a different environment and vibe. The music controlled the feeling, and if you stop that control, you have the mindset of everybody who's there. So people would be trampling and stuff like that. But people was already trampling when the music going on. So when they were trying to tell him to stop, he wasn't stopping. So I don't put the whole fault blame on him. I put the fault on the lack of security. Put the fault that the event should have been stopped since this happened. I put the fault that it was hardly any exits. I put the fault that he didn't stop the music and let things happen, especially when he saw that ambulance truck, because he acknowledged that ambulance truck going through the crowd, and he kept playing the music. So people still amped up. But when you control the rage, those type of things. If y'all never go to a rave and see how the person on stage controls the mindset of the people around them. That's how it is.
The only reason why I say that is because I went to a concert here in Austin. Matter of fact, it was the Ice Cube concert for South by Southwest. And the same thing, it started because it was a concert like that where it was just an outdoor event. There was no specific seating arrangement, nothing like that. And it was getting to a point like he was playing Fuck the Police, like it was getting crunk in there for a minute. And it's like when it started to get too crunk and he trying to control the crowd, there was a section off to the side where these niggas started having a goddamn mosh pit. Like they started pushing and you could slowly see the wave coming over the crowd more and more to where it was like a whole damn mosh pit because Ice Cube was trying to tell everybody to like kind of calm down for a minute. That's the only reason why I say that like it could have gone left. If they would have stopped it right here in the beginning, like, you know what, y'all are, we're gonna cancel this concert. Y'all have already came and stormed the gates. We're gonna cancel this concert. I can guarantee you, it would have went left from there.
That's what I'm saying. That could have stopped right there. But when you in the actual environment, those type of things is controlled by the person who's doing that. So that wasn't that thing, because you didn't see people going off. They were following his command. So it would have went left. And that's what saying. People blame him because he kept going. And he didn't stop for a long time. He kept going he stopped for a second and kept going. So it's a lot of things that came in play that could have been avoided. And it should have been that people there at all. It's like that. So he should be part of the blame. And then he trying to do that weak behind damage control.
That apology, yeah.
And then Kylie Jenner, you was not even there. And you said, oh, we didn't know people died. You see, he saw people in front of him, passing out in front of him.
She was there because, she posted a picture of an ambulance on her social media. She was there.
Oh, no. And then there's allegations that she was walking past people just on the ground.
Now, I don't know about that, but she had a picture on her doggone IG of the ambulance. I seen that earlier. So when he did that, I was like, and when she did that statement too, saying that we didn't know what was going on, but you posted a picture of the ambulance at the concert. So what you mean you didn't know what was going on?
He's trying to save face, doing what Kardashians do best.
So he's part of it. The lack of exits, the lack of control, the exit, that all that stuff. People coming in, they all felt that concert. That should never happen, because you don't go to a concert to die. The last time I see people passing out with Michael Jackson, and he had nobody dying. He just came on stage, people pass up. And
that's gonna be me. If I see Beyonce,
nobody died. So how can this thing just a rage? When you go to a rage and rave like this is the type of mentality you have, and the music does control the people. And the people who's on stage does control the mindset. And we gotta for that. So he's part to blame. It's gonna be eating him out.
What's your thoughts on it, Sir Neale?
I mean, the whole shit is an antic, and I think this is one of those Kardashian bullets, because as we can see, there is no safety measures there. There is no security there. There's like, just look at it. I think it was like they wanted it to like be like a big, like, look, everybody showed up for Travis Scott. You know, he's the biggest artist, you know? And another thing, the comedic part, do you know that Master P opened up for him?
Make him say,
I would have went to a Master P concert before I went to Travis Scott. I didn't even know this nigga's voice until his apology. You know what I'm saying? Because of all told my husband, I felt like that dark energy from him, and that, you know, I've always felt it. I don't care how he puts it in clay, he can put it in stone, he can put it in lime. I always felt that. And I want to put in reference to one of the people that were actually there when he said he felt it was a concert in hell. If you are purposely aiming towards mid-scale 10 to 15-year-old crowd of people who want to rage out, you need to facilitate their safety. You had no lights out there in the crowd. Only things they saw was the concert display, and then the words that the concert was displaying, going back to what Mizzle was saying, those words were very, very questionable. It was like, do I have your ears? It was, and I don't do the conspiracy shit, but it looked like it, talked like it, quacked like a duck. It may be a duck, bruh. Because it was more than obvious, and it was scary that all them kids rushed to that, and that happened. And there was another fail-safe that they tried to do before they announced the stampede and people dying. Everybody did it. Shade Room did it. All the media network, it was like Travis Scott tries to save a person that fainted. And then that shit disappeared because all we got was 8 dead, 11 wounded, and so on and so forth. So they tried to get ahead of it before it came out, like he actually did something. That's when you got to use your journalistic mind and look at the cracks in between. And that's what the fuck happened. It was that Kardashian shit. And that's why I'm, again, 50. I don't want to say it's intentional. This is my opinion. This is allegedly. But I think they wanted to flood the bank to make it look like he's the biggest new rapper. To remember, he brought out Drake. Remember. Let's look between the lines. Remember, he brought out Drake. And that's when everybody started dying right after that.
Baby sis, what's your thoughts?
I think this whole tragedy could have been averted if he just stayed in his lane and stopped having pedo-like tendencies by having his targeted audience being 14 years old. I mean, that may be going a bit extreme. I just feel like, given that he is a millennial, I'm not sure how old he is, but he's in his mid to late 20s, right?
I would assume so. I guess.
So shouldn't I? Last time I checked, we millennials are a profitable marketing age range, right? I like Travis Scott's music. I'm sure. I hope I'm not the only one in this panel who likes his music.
Yes, I think you are. And I think you're the only one.
Okay, well, then forget y'all. I hope I'm not the only one watching this panel who enjoys his music, since y'all want to leave me on an island all to my own. Fine. This is the cool island. All of this could have been avoided. Just period, point blank. That's it.
I'm gonna play this clip that Cola was talking about, because there was somebody.
Okay.
There was somebody going around with a needle and was poking people, causing people to go into cardiac arrest. I'm gonna play this real quick.
That's the childish stuff right there.
One of the narratives was that some individual was injecting other people with drugs. We do have a report of a security officer, according to the medical staff that was out and treated him last night, that he was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his neck. When he was examined, he went unconscious. They administered Narcan. He was revived, and the medical staff did notice a prick that was similar to a prick that you would get if somebody's trying to inject. That is one part of it. The other thing that's very important, there were some individuals that were trampled, and we want to be respectful of that. But we just ask that y'all give us time to do a proper investigation. Live Nation has stated from the very beginning that they would cooperate. They're going to give us one.
Now, I work with individuals who, have drug and alcohol addiction. And the reason why you would give somebody Narcan is if they're having a drug overdose. Typically, it's for amphetamines, heroin, meth, things like that. So I'm thinking if they administered Narcan to whomever that person was, and they immediately came to, whoever it was going around shooting people up with amphetamines.
I can tell you right now.
Would it have been heroin, meth. It was one of those that this person was going around shooting people up with. But that's
again, I feel like, had he not, what is wrong with the 28 to 35-year-old age range? I don't get it. What is wrong?
That's just his target. And I mean, I don't know if that's his target audience, but those are just the audience that flocks to him because of the things that the sponsorships, the deals he's connected to. Like I said, with Fortnite and McDonald's, this kitty stuff. So that's naturally gonna be his audience who flocks to him. I don't know if that's necessarily who he gears it towards.
That clearly is if he, but he is willfully signing these deals that is targeted towards kids stuff. So if you're gonna have a concert, why do you not ID? If you're gonna have a concert, I'm sorry, you have to be 21 to enter clubs and bars, right?
But
I
that
know
was the
here in
Astro
Louisville,
World one. That was different.
Where
but
was the
you
code
can
that didn't
still
say?
restrict who's allowed to come in and who's not.
And if he restricts that, that's restricting a large majority of his target audience. So he would be losing money that way.
So put it in that concept. Put it in that concept, right? Because his target audience is younger minded people. Don't you?
Or no, hold on.
Hold on. Let Mizzle finish. Hold on. What were you going to say?
Just because his target is a younger minded thing, a lot of them are questionable or people that could be controlled a little bit. So that's why I feel like because he was the star on stage, part of his responsibility is controlling the crowd. So if he kept going, then it kept the adrenaline going. And then rage and rave drugs come and play in these kind of areas. So that's what stuff like you have to regulate people coming in with the bags and stuff like that, because when you go to rage and stuff like that, drugs play because it's heightened their ability to lose control. And this is the type of environment that it is. So when you have an open field like this, then you need to have extra measures for stuff like this to happen, because there should be no way for people to prick people and all that stuff like that. And then the younger mind oppression will control people. So that's how it is. So if that's the case, because me and you, we in our 30s and 40s, you think somebody gonna control us and mind us? It's like, no, I ain't coming in trying to think like, no.
Right.
This music, let me get out of here. No. But younger crowd, they're impressionable. So if that's the crowd, then that's the type of environment, and that's the type of mentality you'll have. He controls the environment and the mood. So part of his is his fault too. So it's a lot of people's fault in this whole thing.
Why couldn't he hold two different concerts?
Why? That's true, Cola.
Yep.
No, he was supposed to hold two different concerts. The one was the following Saturday, but they canceled it after the debacle that happened.
No. He should have had the younger audience first, get them all partied out during daylight hours, and then he could have had one for the grown-ups. So no excuse. No, none of that. You know what? Let his baby mama handle the tab. She's a billionaire.
May God bless them, but everybody about to get sued. Everybody that was on that contract. Everybody.
Period. Even Master P gonna have to give up something.
No, Master P Master P's an OG, so I know he will.
Master P got no.
Too,
Master P was out, he was performing when the sun was up.
No, Master P's good. He be running commercials here in Louisville for this law firm. So Master P's good.
And 8 people is a low number. I bet you believe it's more than people who died.
Thank you, Mizzle.
It's more than that. So we got to understand that this was a major, massive crowd. And they only keep it simple to 8 people. So
yeah, everyone that filmed there, that was actually there, they were saying that it was a lot of people, a lot of bodies. People passed out. So they're just saying 8. But the people that were actually there is like, oh, they're stepping over. They tossing people over the gate. Everybody trying to barge through the gate.
Well, they said there were 300 in total that were injured, and 8 people so far reported passed away.
And that I told Mama about what we was going to be talking about tonight, and that one of the last things was going to be about Travis Scott and this whole tragedy. And she said that's why Mama's up there at age. She went on a rant, but she said she only went to one concert and she never went to another one again because they was selling tickets and didn't have the seats. So I forgot which concert she said it was.
But y'all, that's it. That's all. That's all I got. Y'all have any closing thoughts before we get on up out of here? Because I'm ready to put my hair up, y'all. This is hot.
You tired?
Y'all watch The Harder They Fall. That movie was dope.
Also, guys, I want to remind you guys, if you do not know about the benefits of sea moss, where have you been? Let me give you a quick little tutorial. Sea moss provides 92 of the 102 essential vitamins and minerals that your body needs. It eases joint pain, boosts your metabolism, increases libido, supports heart health, controls your appetite, also serves as a natural decongestant. It soothes digestive tracts. It also supports your immune system and its overall goodness for your health, your mental health, and your emotional health, and all that good stuff. So if you guys are interested in purchasing any sea moss from me, hit me up on my email, thewifey23@gmail.com. Again, that is thewifey23@gmail.com for your sea moss. Holla at your girl. Okay. Any closing thoughts? Y'all got anything to say before we get on up out of here?
I had a very indignant story I wanted to discuss with y'all, but I didn't give the preliminaries. So
Big Mouth season 5 is on Netflix too. Y'all watch that.
Okay. So those who want to catch the reunion of Potomac, I'll do a vlog on Instagram right after this. So give me a few minutes and stuff like that, and then I will get on so we can talk about the reunion because I will do.
Okay, you got to make sure I can see the screen though, bro. You got to make sure you got to turn that bitch around.
No, the screen is shown. You can see it. Or the watch along Auntie MoMo see, they can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm putting Mizzle.
Face it to the thing. I use my phone. I face it to the TV.
All right. I want to see it because it's gonna be juicy.
Okay. I am putting Mizzle's IG info in right now. Y'all make sure y'all are subscribed. Are y'all following him? As soon as you get out of this, click on this link so that you can go to Mizzle's channel. You can make sure that you are following him. So when he gets ready to go live tonight, we will all be over there doing the watch along. Okay. What it do, liver of life?
How you doing?
I was just saying, like, where you been at? We was waiting on you. Silk Sonic's new album is dropping November 12th. New music. All right now. And
my birthday's on the 18th.
I was just gonna say that baby sis' birthday is November the 18th. She can tell y'all how old she's gonna be. If y'all have not seen The Harder They Fall, I want to do a review on that movie, but it's first of all, it's 2 hours long and it's good.
It is.
If y'all have not seen The Harder They Fall, that is definitely something that you got to see.
And all that
Black Western.
Dark chocolate melony goodness.
A lot of people say that I resemble Regina King. I don't see the resemblance at all whatsoever. But my daddy was like, "Why they leave that girl in the end, the one that looked like you at the end? I ain't like that." So I had to go watch it just because of that.
I'm trying to look to see, man. Yeah, because you are a beautiful chocolate woman.
You know,
but Regina King is one of my idols, and I follow Regina King. If she drop a book, if she drop a penny, I'm on it. I've liked her since she was. That's how I am. I've always.
The Harder They Fall. It's like a Black Western, but because there were black cowboys back in the day. It has Regina King in it, Idris Elba in it.
I'm pretty sure there was a real city called Redwood too.
Yes, all of the characters are actually based on true characters. Okay, so this makes it even more interesting to watch. Is because these are actual true characters. It comes on Netflix. This
Jay-Z produced it.
Jay-Z and Swizz Beatz produced it. So y'all make sure to check it out. It's very, very, very good. You do favor Regina. I've been told that I favor Regina King and Tashina Arnold.
As your sister, I don't see Regina King. I do see Tashina Arnold as your sister.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't see now one of them. Now you saying Sherry Shepherd. I don't look like none of them. Them my girls. I don't look like none of them.
Whoever said Sherry Shepherd needs to be shot. I'm sorry.
Joseph said that. That's nephew. He don't need to be shot.
Nephew is sorely mistaken.
No, not shot, girl. Stop. But that's it. That's all. That's all I got. Y'all got anything else before we get on up out of here?
I am in the process of coming up ideas for my next TikTok. What is y'all favorite popsicle?
I don't
have a popsicle. I used to like the ice cream sandwiches, the one with the
Oh, I do like that.
Ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, with the chocolate, the strawberry, and then the vanilla. That's
No, so you're doing too much. It's just the 2 chocolate cakes and the vanilla in the middle.
Tell a liver.
No, it's called Metropolitan. The Metropolitan.
No,
yes,
no,
that's
I don't like
the
Metropolitan. I don't
bomb.
like
Ooh,
that.
that's the bomb. Okay, y'all got some grown folk stuff to do. I'm finna get on up out of here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all could have been doing anything else on a Sunday night, but y'all came here to kick it with the family. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget, soon as this outro is done, go and click on the link so that you can go and support our brother Mizzle, because we finna watch the Housewives watch along tonight. So make sure you go refill up your drinks so we can kiki, okay? Everybody that stopped by, I appreciate y'all. Joseph, Liver of Life, Brittany, Cola, Dahlia, every Opulence Prime that came through, everybody that came through. If I forgot to say your name, I love you. JW, I love you. And ain't a damn thing you can do about it. I appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next Sunday. Real Queens, Real Talk with a gentleman's perspective, y'all. Bye.
All right, now it's time to get up. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
Thanks for coming.
Good night, guys.
Thanks for see y'all next Sunday. Love you.
See you, Mizzle. See you.